So till now we have covered the alteration of the memorandum of association, the alteration of the memorandum of association, and in the alteration of the memorandum of association, we have covered the name clause, the change of the name clause, and the second we have covered is for the domicile clause. Right. And when I said you have to change your registered office, so every shifting of registered office is not alteration of the memorandum of association. When we discuss about the alteration of the memorandum of association, it will only when it is shifted outside the state, from one state to the other. When it is shifted, only then it is alteration of memorandum. If it is within the same state, then it is not an alteration. Now, moving ahead, we have to discuss with respect to the object clause. So we have 6 clauses, and now we will discuss about the object clause, and then we will also discuss about the capital clause, right? We'll discuss about the capital clause, and then the subscriber clause is permanent. Subscriber clause is not altered, right? I had said you. Remember the example we had discussed. Larsen and Toubro incorporated the company. So in the memorandum of association, you have the subscribers as Larsen and Toubro. So that was incorporated in 1938. So if the memorandum is not replaced, it will still have Mr. Larsen and Mr. Toubro's signature there, and all others are the members, right? So just see, now we have subsection 8. So we have already covered till subsection 7. Subsection 8 discusses about a company which has raised money from the public through the prospectus and still has unutilized amount of money so raised shall not change its object for which it is raised, for which it raised the money through prospectus, unless a special resolution is passed by the company, and the details as may be prescribed in respect of such resolution is also published in the newspaper, one in English and another in the vernacular. So what is vernacular language? What do you mean by vernacular language? Which is in circulation at the place where the registered office of the company is situated, and shall also be placed on the website of the company, if any, indicating therein the justification for the same. And then you have that the dissenting shareholders. Okay, so the dissenting shareholder doubt which I got before lecture was from here. The dissenting shareholders shall be given an exit opportunity by the promoters, and the shareholders having in control in accordance with the regulations to be specified by SEBI. Okay. Now, subsection 8 and subsection 9 is with respect to the alteration of the object clause. Now, what does it say? It says that when company has raised money, okay. So just see, when a company has raised money. So whenever company raises money, let's say via shares, when the company raises money via shares, which document company is going to issue? What is the document's name? What company is going to issue? Which document the company is going to issue? Prospectus. Correct. The company is going to issue prospectus. Now, in that prospectus, you give lot of details. So we will discuss when we study the next chapter. Company gives lot of details. Details like what is the name of the company. So a lot of details are given. It's a 700, 800 page document. So you provide the name, then you provide who are the promoters of the company, who are in control of the company. Okay. Thereafter, you also mention about the financials of the company, right? You also mention about the business of the company, where the company is situated, what all factories is there. You also mention about the past performance. Okay. And you also mention why money is raised. Why this money is raised, you will also mention this. Okay. Now, when you say why this money is raised, so this is basically you have to mention what is the purpose of the issue. So every issue will have a purpose that we are using this money for or why we are raising this money. Let's say it could be due to anything. It could be, for example, you can say it can be due to the expansion. We want to start up new stores, right? For expansion. It can be due to pay off the debts. It could be due to pay off the debts. It could be anything. So if you will see any of the prospectus, you will realize this. So if you want to see any of the prospectus, just in case, you can go to the website of SEBI, that is sebi.gov.in, and from here filings, public issue, you will get red herring prospectus. Sorry, you will get the red herring prospectus. So click on the red herring prospectus, you will get it. So any red herring prospectus you can pick up. So let's say Kalyan Jewelers. Okay, let's pick up. So this is a known name, Kalyan Jewelers. This is the red herring prospectus. And in this red herring prospectus, let it get load. They will mention why the public issue is being made. Right. Yesterday, you all were asking about the takeover regulation. So this is that takeover regulation. So you'll get updates about here also. But let's focus on the prospectus right now. So as I said, it's a very heavy document. You'll find 400, 500, 700 pages documents, right? So this is almost 500. So just see, I'll open this in a new tab so that you can read it properly. So just see Kalyan Jewelers, why this is being issued, why the company has come up with a public issue. So you will always find the purpose and all sort of details. Just remember, we will study this again. So when we do the chapter of public issue, that point of time, just remember what all is given here, right? So here you mentioned, just see definitions, summary of the offer document and all these things, right? Thereafter risk factors and given, and then they'll mention general information. Now this is the objects of the offer. So just see this 500 pages document till 900 pages. What do you have? You have nothing, right? Till 97 pages. So here you have the objects. So just see what is the objects. What is the objects? The objects of the company is, just see. So they have said we need it for funding the working capital requirement. Okay. So all these things they mentioned that. So this is there funding our working capital requirement. We need this, right? So this is for their working capital requirement. Otherwise, if you see, you'll find a lot of others like easy trip planners. So even if you see this company, they will also mention what is there. So every prospectus you'll pick up. Indian Railway Finance Corporation, you pick up this company. Every company will have some or the other objectives, right? And that objective will be mentioned in the prospectus. Now, why this is important? Why the company provides this information? Why does the company provides this information? Why does the company provides this information? Like this is for the Indian Railway. Again, they'll provide you objects of the issue. So here they are saying augmenting the equity capital base for the future requirements of our growth. And then you will have find general corporate purpose. So this you will always get it there. Same way, if you will see this is my easy trip planners. So here also you'll find this. So why this is important? Why you need to mention the object clause? Why you have to mention object of the offer? So here you will find. Here the objective is so that the promoters, so this they again have our company will directly not receive any proceeds from the offer. So here the offer is only to exit the existing shareholders. So what happens? Sometimes you have raised money. Okay. The company raises money to give exit opportunity to the existing shareholders. So all that we will discuss later. But right now, why purpose of issue is so important? Why you need to mention this? Why you need to mention this? Purpose of issue. Why you need to mention this in the offer document, in the prospectus? Why it is needed? क्यों बताना जरूरी है? ठीक है ना, मुझे 600 करोड़ चाहिए, आप एक जनरल पॉइंट दे सकते हो। आप देखो तीनों प्रोस्पेक्टस में एक चीज कॉमन था, यू हैड जनरल कॉर्पोरेट पर्पस इन ऑल द थ्री प्रोस्पेक्टस। Yes, of course, to let the investors know where the money will be utilized. Absolutely correct. Now, why this is important, Yash? For maintaining records, no, Ronak, not to maintain records. What Yash has said is correct. That to let the investors know where the money will be utilized. So, is this actually important? Is this actually important, Yash? Yes, Vineet is saying yes. Everyone is saying yes. Okay, why? Why? Why this is important? Why this is important? Because, sir, at the end of the day, you are going to utilize my money, right? So let's say Muskan is 1 lakh rupees in my public issue. Muskan has got all the right to know where this 1 lakh rupee will be utilized. Exactly, Ronak, because it's the investor's money. So it's the investor's right to know where this money will be utilized. Now, let's say I have taken money from Ronak, Muskan. So let's say from all of you, I have taken 1 lakh rupees. You all have given me 1 lakh rupees. And when I raised money from you, I said that I am going to set up a factory. Okay, I said I'm going to set up a factory. India needs manufacturing boost. Right now, government policies are also in favor. So I will set up factory. And you asked me where you will set up the factory. I said I'm going to set up a factory in Northeast region in collaboration with the Japanese counterparty, and we will have a lot of tax benefits and exemptions there. And in long run, this factory is going to become a gateway to supply in Indonesia, Myanmar, and all sorts of other Southeast Asian countries. So you all were convinced with the idea and you all gave me the money. Now, later on, what I do, I start using this money for some other purpose. Okay, let's say I wanted to manufacture what I wanted to manufacture mobile phone. Now I'm saying, no, I'm not going to manufacture mobile phone. I am going to manufacture, let's say, some stationery item. Now, as an investor, will you be comfortable with this? As an investor, will you be comfortable with this? Answer is no, right? Some of you may be okay with it. You will be like, yeah, stationery market is also good. So not a problem. If my money is going to be utilized for the stationery business, that's absolutely fine. But some of you may say that, no, I am not interested in stationery business. What is this business? Stationery. No, I am not interested in that. I want technology business. So until unless you are bringing technology in stationery, I don't want to invest my money in rubber pencil. My objective is to invest in IT. So I want to invest in IT. If I had to invest in stationery, why would I have invested in your company? I would have invested in some other company. When I went to your company, when I took money, you took money from me, you said that you are going to invest in IT. Now, how can you change? Same logic is applied in subsection 8, where it says that the company has raised money from public. In its prospectus, it mentioned that the money is going to be used for this particular thing. So the purpose of issue was mentioned in the prospectus. Later on, company is now changing the objectives of the company. Now let's presume you all had given me 10 lakh rupees. That 10 lakh rupee I've already utilized in setting up the factory for the manufacturing of mobile phones. Now, if I'm doing anything new, do you have any say? क्या आप तब objections raise कर सकते हो? Can you raise objections now? Can you raise any objections now? You had given me the money. I have utilized that money for that purpose. Okay. You gave me money. You said that we'll set up factory. So I've already set up the factory. The money is getting used there only. But now, apart from manufacturing mobile, I also want to manufacture stationery. Can you stop me now? Can you stop me? Answer is no. Why? Because I had taken money from you to be utilized for manufacturing of mobile phone, which I have already done. So after that, if I'm doing anything, if I'm changing my objects, right, if I'm adding any new things, then you will not have any objections and you will have no right to object. But if the money which you have given to me is not completely utilized for that purpose, and I still have some money left in the bank account from the proceeds that you have given to me, in that case, I I can, basically you can raise objections, and whenever I'm going to change my object clause, whether I'm going to add something new or anything, I will have to take your permission via special resolution. So Companies Act says that go back to your shareholder from whom you had taken money, get back to them, ask them what is the, like, are they okay with this change? If they are okay with this change, then there is no problem. You can change your object clause. But if they are not okay, please don't change your object clause, right? And special resolution is something which you need to pass. A, B. Still, even if you manage to pass special resolution, 75% has only agreed. Balance 25% have not agreed for it, right? Now, if balance 25% has not agreed for it, please give them their exit opportunity, give them their money, and tell them that if anyone wants to take their money back, they are ready to take their money back and they can go. And who is going to give this exit opportunity? The person who is controlling the company or the promoters. Guys, objective clear हुआ? ये प्रोविजन क्लियर हुआ? Subsection 8. Simple logic याद रखो. Simple logic. A company which wants to change the object clause. Two situations. The money which was raised through public issue, whether the money is completely utilized or it is unutilized. If the money is unutilized, then company needs to pass a special resolution, then also publish in the newspaper that they are going to change the object clause, and also certifying, mentioning that why you want to change this. And then you will also have to get in touch with the dissenting shareholders, give them the exit opportunity, and after that only you will be allowed to change the object clause. So the registrar thereafter will register any alteration in the memorandum with respect to the objects of the company and certify the registration within a period of 30 days from the date of filing of the special resolution. Now, the special resolution will be filed to ROC. In which form? Special resolution will be filed. In which form? Which is the form number? Which form? Very good. Saloni, MGT 14. Correct. Right? Correct. MGT 14. Perfect. So I'll tell you. अभी मुझे बताओ, MGT 14 आपने रट्टा मारा? उज्जवल, विनीत, सलोनी, या वो वैसी बात करते 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 अपने दिमाग में ही सेट हो गया? Right? So Vineet, you had asked me in the initial lecture, so do we have to remember the section numbers and all? तो that's what I say, that आपको बैठ के रट्टा नहीं मारना है, बस जस्ट खाली जब बात करो तो ऐसे बात करने लग जाओ. वो सेक्शन 13 में ऑल्टरेशन करेंगे, मेमोरेंडम में सेक्शन 13 में ऑल्टरेशन करेंगे, 14 में आर्टिकल्स को ऑल्टर करेंगे. आया समझ में? सो जब आप ऐसे बात करोगे तो आपको वो ऑटोमेटिकली याद हो जाएगा. बट बस खाली उसको रिपीट करते जाओ, उसको सेम चीज को बार बार रिपीट करते जाओ. सो नाउ यू विल हैव दिस, दैट द कंपनी वांट्स टू alter the object clause, right? Alteration of the object clause. So if the company wants to alter the object clause, then what is to be checked? What needs to be checked? Whether money raised from public is unutilized or not. Whether money raised from public is unutilized or not, right? Or rather I'll say whether money raised from public is unutilized, question mark. If the answer is no, if the answer is no, then there is no problem. But if the answer is yes, then company will have to pass the special resolution, right? Also, company will have to make a public announcement, rather newspaper advertisement. Newspaper advertisement in English and in vernacular language, right? And thereafter, the company will have to provide exit opportunity to the dissenting shareholder. Okay, is this clear? Otherwise, if not, then just special resolution and your alteration is done. And why all these things are done? Why all these things are done? For the protection of minority shareholder. This is for the protection of minority shareholder. Guys, is this clear? Right? Then any alteration in the object clause, special resolution will be filed to the ROC in form MGT 14, and ROC is then going to register the same. Okay, ROC is going to register the same, and this will be done within 30 days. Guys, is this clear? Is this clear? And this SR will be via postal ballot. Okay, ये clear हुआ? Right? So this is the alteration. Then just see, we have subsection 10 that no alteration made under this section. Now just understand entire section 13. Entire section 13 shall have any effect unless it has been registered. So just see, this is important. क्या SR पास करके काम हो गया आपका? Answer is no. The resolution has to be registered. Same way आपने रीजनल डायरेक्टर का ऑर्डर आरओसी को पास किया, फाइल किया, क्या फाइल करते ही आपका काम हो गया? आंसर इज नो. उसको रजिस्टर भी करना होगा आरओसी को. जब तक आरओसी उसको रजिस्टर नहीं करेगा तब तक उसका कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा. Then we have subsection 11 which says that any alteration in the memorandum of the company which is limited by guarantee and not having share capital purporting to give any person right to participate in the divisible profit will be void. ये मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया था कि divisible profit के अंदर किसी को भी यहाँ पर अलाउ नहीं किया जाएगा other than as the member, right? So this is there in your alteration of the memorandum of association, right? So we discussed that if you have to do the alteration of the memorandum of association, then what all things is there? One is the name clause, right? Name clause. Then for name again you need to pass the special resolution, correct? But except where only private word is to be added or deleted. Then you have the situation clause. So for this also you need to pass the special resolution, and you also need CG approval, right? Whenever you are going to alter, shift from one state to the other state, then you will require the CG approval here. So this is the CG approval. Thereafter, we have the object clause that we discussed. Object clause again SR plus the exit opportunity if applicable, right? And just remember, alteration not to take effect unless ROC registers it. Now this can be one of the MCQ question, that let's say the company has to change its object situation clause. So when we'll say it is affected, when option A SRS passed, option B when CG approval is made, option C when the form is filed to ROC, or option D when ROC registered is. So answer would be option D, where we'll say the ROC has registered it. Okay, guys, clear? This is clear? Okay, let's go ahead then and read alteration of the articles of association. So just remember one thing, if you have to alter the articles of association, only one thing is needed, that is special resolution. There will be not much restrictions. Why? Because articles of association belongs to the company, okay, and its members. It's an agreement between the company and its member. So in case the company wants to alter its articles of association, you won't find much problem in that. You'll only have that company needs to pass the special resolution. So subject to the provisions of this act and the conditions contained in the memorandum, if any a company may by special resolution alter its articles of association, including any alteration having effect of the conversion of. So if the company wants to convert from public to private, again you need to pass special resolution. Then provided that where the company being a private company alters its articles in such a manner that they no longer include the restrictions and the limitations which are required to be included in the articles of this, the company shall, as on the date of alteration, cease to be the private company. So what does this mean? It says that the moment you take away the restrictions, okay, the moment you take away the restrictions from the articles of association of a private company, the company no longer remains a private company, it becomes a public company. Okay. Then it says that provided further that any alteration to the effect of conversion of public company into private company shall not be valid unless it is approved by an order of the central government. So suo moto, the company just passes the special resolution, the private company will not get converted into a public company. Okay, sorry, the public company will not get converted into a private company. So if it is for the conversion, okay, if it is for the conversion of the public company into private company, then in that case CG approval, then this is you can ignore, this you can ignore as of now. This is again OTOs, serving no practical purpose. ये जब लॉ आया उस वक्त के लिए था, तो अभी इसको चेंज कर दिया है, राइट? हो सकता है आपके बुक में यहां पर ट्राइब्यूनल लिखा हुआ हो, बट ये ध्यान रखना कन्वर्शन ऑफ पब्लिक इनटू प्राइवेट बोला है, नॉट प्राइवेट इनटू पब्लिक. पब्लिक इनटू प्राइवेट will require prior CG approval. Okay, guys, clear? Then every alteration of the articles under this section and a copy of the order of CG approving the alteration as per subsection 1 shall be filed with the registrar together with the printed copy of the altered articles within 15 days in such manner as may be prescribed. So basically in form INC 27. So ये basically क्या हो गया? Rules. These are rules. These are rules. You need to file the copy to the ROC. Okay. Then subject to this sub rule, the conversion will take place only when you will have the copy of the order. So now this will not be tribunal. This will be what? This will be your central government. ये rules में इन्होंने correspondingly यहाँ पर change नहीं किया है. ठीक है. So अब यहाँ पर आपको ध्यान रखना है. It is going to be central government. Then any alteration in the articles under subsection 2 shall be valid if it was with the originally article. So basically after alteration of the articles, it will be considered like articles were always like this only, right? Originally it was framed like this. So this is what is there. It's a small section for the alteration of the articles. So when you have to discuss about the alteration of the articles of association, what all points you need to keep in mind? First, you need to pass the special resolution. Secondary, if it is from the public company to a private company, then you need what? Then you need again prior CG approval, and then third, company to file amended articles of association to the ROC within how many days? Within 15 days. Okay. Now also, this is just for your knowledge, right? What are the points you will keep into consideration while altering the articles of association? Points to be kept in mind. What all points you are going to take into consideration while you alter the memorandum of, articles of association? The change should not conflict with MOA. Yes or no? The change must not conflict with memorandum of association. Yes or no? Then the change must not be prohibited by the memorandum of association. If it is prohibited, then you cannot do. Same way, it should also not conflict with the Companies Act. If it prohibits the Companies Act, then there will be no problem. Then the change must be in good faith, right? It should not be basically oppression. So basically it must not be to suppress the minority shareholders. That's the reason. What change has been introduced in the articles of association? A new point has been added so that it does not suppress the minority shareholders. What change has been introduced? What change has been introduced? Entrenchment provision. Remember, the entrenchment provision has been introduced. Okay, right? Entrenchment का provision आ जाएगा. Also, ये जो articles of association है, this can be altered retrospectively. Retrospectively मतलब with effect from a back date. With effect from a back date. Right? ये पॉइंट्स आपको यहां पर ध्यान रखना है. आप बताइए, इज दिस क्लियर guys? Is this clear? Now there is one thing which I have not included here. Think that definitely it is not there. I have only one page here, but I'll also mention. Just see what are the rules which are applicable for the conversion of a public company into private company. If you have to convert a public company into private company, then what are the broad steps you need to take into consideration? First and foremost, again, the company will have to pass the board resolution. Thereafter, company will have to pass the special resolution. And third part, then the company will have to make application to CG. Now here, who is CG? CG is regional director here. Okay, the application will be made. Thereafter, in the application, you are going to provide the name of the creditors of the company along with address, along with the address plus their amount plus what is their nature, whether it is secured, unsecured, etc. Everything you are going to mention there. Okay. Thereafter, the inspection will be done, right? The copy of the basically the register of creditors, right? And debenture holders. This will remain open for inspection. Register of creditors and debenture holders. This will remain open for inspection. If anyone wants to do the inspection, they can come and they can do that, right? Thereafter, you will have to make a newspaper advertisement, right? What is the objective of newspaper advertisement? This is to invite objections. If anyone has objections, they can file their objections. Now, newspaper advertisement will be made again in which newspaper? One is English, the other is vernacular language. Okay, right? And then depending on the objections received, right? The regional director is going to allow the conversion, and once the conversion is done, then you need to file basically the order to the ROC. Guys, this is clear? Bacha log, this is clear? Simple. This can be one of the exam question. This can be one of the exam question. आपको हो सकता है शायद एग्जाम में ये देखने को मिल जाए. Okay. Then you have section number 17, that is the copy of the articles and the memorandum of association. So ये जो copies है articles और memorandum of association का, तो कोई भी अगर member चाहे तो उसको यहाँ पर मिल सकता है. So every memorandum, articles and thereafter every agreement, वो सारे agreement और resolution जो आप memorandum और articles के साथ देते हो. So you remember I had said you shareholder agreement. मैंने इसके बारे में आपको बताया था पहले. If you all remember, we had discussed about it. Just see, when we discussed about the articles of association. So this is memorandum. Yes, this is alteration. Yeah, this one. Remember this shareholder agreement? This shareholder agreement will be made part of the articles of association. Yes or no? If it is made part of the articles of association, only then it will become binding. Yes or no? Only then it will become binding. So if such articles of association, basically such agreement is made part of the articles of association, then in that case, it will be again provided to the members of the company within 7 days. So if there is anything, they can do that. Thereafter, we have section number 18, conversion of a company already registered. So if a company which is already registered, if they want to convert between, so basically this is for the conversion of unlimited company into the limited company, then again company will have to pass a special resolution, right? Then publication of notice, then filing of the application to for the conversion, right? And then again this will be a declaration will be given by the directors, then approval of the registrar, the ROC is going to give, and then you'll get a new fresh certificate of registration. So this is it. Now see, a company of any class, right? A company of any class which is registered under this act may convert into any other class. So it is talking about what? Let's say a company which is limited by shares. It wants to convert, or let's say the either way, limited by guarantee, or let's say a limited company wants to convert itself into an unlimited company. So in both the cases, it is fine. Guys, clear हुआ? ये clear हुआ? So I'll discuss this with you all, right? So just see what will happen if you want to convert a company which is limited, or basically conversion of an unlimited company into limited company. So what all will you do? First of all, company will have to pass a special resolution, right? The company will pass the special resolution. Thereafter, company is going to do the publication of notice that the company wants to change, right? And this notice will be given in newspaper. Now, which two newspapers? Which two newspapers? अब ये आपको आराम से याद हो गया होगा. एक तो English and the other would be vernacular language. So this will be within next 7 days. ये SR से 7 days के अंदर आपको वर्नाकुलर लैंग्वेज में, यस, इंग्लिश एंड वर्नाकुलर लैंग्वेज, राइट, ये आपके पास आ जाएगा. और ये बेसिकली क्यों है? व्हाई दिस पब्लिकेशन ऑफ नोटिस? टू इनवाइट ऑब्जेक्शंस. This is to invite the objections. What will the company do after that? Then the company is going to file the application, right? Company is also going to file the application to ROC, and this will happen within 45 days from the special resolution. This is 7 days from the special resolution. Thereafter, a declaration will be given by the directors. So this is the declaration which is given by the directors that there is no complaint which is pending against the company from the members or investors, right? So declaration will be given that there is no pending complaints और investigation. ये application के साथ declaration जाएगा. Thereafter, the ROC is going to approve, right? And then the new certificate of incorporation will be granted. A new certificate of incorporation will be granted. Guys, this is clear? Guys, this is clear? Then you have certain restrictions after you have restrictions after conversion. So what are the restrictions after conversion? There are two restrictions. One is the company will not be able to change the name for 1 year, right? So no change of name for 1 year. And B part, company is not going to declare any dividend till the time the debts of the company is not paid completely. So next is no dividend until the existing debts are discharged. Thereafter, there are certain situations when they say the company is not going to be allowed to convert. Unlimited company will not be allowed to convert. So no conversion. No conversion will be allowed if no conversion will be allowed if, अब आप देखो यहाँ पे क्या है, if the net worth is negative. If the net worth is negative, conversion will not be allowed. If let's say the application is pending for striking off, application is pending for striking off, so again it will not be allowed. Then if let's say the company is in default in filing the annual returns or financial statements, right? Annual returns or the financial statements. Thereafter, if let's say the petition for winding up is pending winding up petition, right? This will not be allowed. Then if let's say the company has not received the calls in arrear from directors, right? Company has not received the calls in arrears from the directors. इन situations में आपको यहाँ पे allow नहीं करेंगे. And last is of course if there is any sorry any pending investigation, any pending investigation or inquiry against the company, it will not be allowed. ये clear हुआ? ये clear हुआ? Right? तो simple, right? विनीत हो सकता है ये आपके मॉड्यूल में इतना कुछ नहीं हो, ठीक है? But since मैं पढ़ा रहा हूं तो I'll cover everything. Okay? Quite possible आपके मॉड्यूल में नहीं रहे, but ये मैंने आपको पढ़ाया तो चलेगा ये वाला, right? सर जैसे अनलिमिटेड कंपनी लिमिटेड में कन्वर्ट हुआ, क्या इसी तरह से लिमिटेड बाय गारंटी भी लिमिटेड बाय शेयर्स में उसके लिए भी है? तो यस, नाउ आई एम कवरिंग if the company which is limited by guarantee is getting converted into limited by shares. So what is the rule? Right? Yes, Yash, still you still get unlimited companies which get converted, right? So a section 8 company cannot. A section 8 company will not be allowed. Sorry, as yes, a section 8 company will not be allowed. Other than that, the company can do. Then basically the share capital of the company will be equal to the amount of guarantee. जितना आपका guarantee था उतना ही आ जाएगा. Then you will also have to pass the special resolution. The special resolution will be then filed to ROC in form MGT 14, right? And then the company will also have to make the application to the ROC for conversion. Okay. And then thereafter, the ROC will take the decision. Simple step. Okay. Thereafter, we have another some small sections. Section number 19. Now, section 19 is an important section. Section 19 is an important section. What does it say? It says the subsidiary company not to hold the shares of the holding company. Now we know what is a subsidiary company and what is a holding company. Now I will give you one timeline and you have to tell me what is going to happen. So you have one H Limited, okay, and you have the other company named as S Limited. So this is 1st April, this is 31st March 21, this is 21. Now let's say in the month of July, S Limited purchased 10% shares of H Limited. Is holding subsidiary relationship established? Can you say the holding subsidiary relationship is established? No. Okay. Rather, nothing has happened, right? Now I say, let's say in the month of November, H Limited acquired control over S Limited. Now tell me what? Now HS. Okay. So now H is holding company and it has control over S. S is having 10% shares in H Limited. Control in the sense, let's say 70% shares. So 70%. Now can S Limited hold shares of H Limited 10%? Because the heading is subsidiary company not to hold shares of its holding company. Can S Limited hold these 10%? अभी समझा? ये तो fact of the case था. अभी तक तो सिर्फ fact of the case है. Now my question is, after this has happened, can S Limited continue to hold 10% shares in H Limited. Okay. Dhaval has answered to me in the personal comment section that already रहेगा तो yes, but not later. Okay. So according to Dhaval, these shares can continue to be held, but thereafter he cannot acquire. S Limited cannot acquire any shares of H. So this is what is being answered in section number 19. So what does it say? No company shall either by itself or through any nominees hold the shares of its holding company, and no holding company shall allot or transfer shares of to any subsidiary company, and such a allotment will be what? Void. Which means if H Limited further issues shares to S Limited, then this will be what? This will be considered as void. Okay. Then it says that provided nothing in this subsection shall apply to. So what does this mean? Where subsidiary companies holding the share only as the legal representative. Okay. If the company is holding the shares as a legal representative of the deceased member of the holding company, then there is no problem. Or if the company is holding the shares as trustee, then there is no problem. Or if the shares were acquired before it became subsidiary, then also there is no problem. Okay. Then there is another proviso. Now, the second question that you need to answer is, can S Limited vote on these 10% shares? Can S Limited vote on these 10% shares? Yes. Answer is no. Just see this proviso. What does it say? Provided further that subsidiary company referred to in the preceding proviso, which means ABC, right, shall have a right to vote in the meeting of the holding company only in respect of the shares which are held as legal representative or trustee referred to in A and B. But here there will be no voting. Okay. So here you will say for A and B, yes, but for C, it is no. Guys, is this clear? Right? And the reference to in this section to the shares of holding company is the company which is limited by guarantee or unlimited company not having share capital shall be construed in reference to the interest or whatever form. So this is absolutely fine. There is no problem. Now tell me one more question. We have read section 19. Can a subsidiary company acquire debentures of holding company after the holding subsidiary relationship is established? Very, very good. Why? 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 It is a type of loan given. Okay. What else? So the restriction is on what? No, no, it's not because a loan is given. Just see, restriction is on what? Section 19 restricts what? Shares. Is debentures shares? Can you say are debentures shares? No. Okay. So answer is yes. Why? Because the restriction is on the debentures. Okay. Also one more thing. If these are convertible debentures, then if these are convertible debentures, then the restriction will get attracted. The restriction will get attracted when these debentures will get converted. When these debentures will get converted. Okay. Only then. Okay. Guys, clear? Then you have section 16, which discusses about the rectification of the name of the company. So what it is, again, this can be one of the important question. So what happens? Let's say the name is approved. After the name is approved, the government realizes that no, the name should not have been approved. Then also central government has the power. Okay. Then also central government has the power that the company will be, so irrespective whether the existing name is changed or not, then also the company will have the, basically central government will have the power. It will make the order and then the company's name will be again changed. Okay, so just read this. If through in evidence or otherwise a company on its first registration or in its registration by new name, so subsequently if the company changes, is registered with a name which central government is of the opinion that it is identical or resembles to existing company, it may direct the company to change the name, right? And the company shall change its name or the new name, right? As the case may be, within a period of how many months? Within a period of 3 months. And then in that case, company will just have to pass the ordinary resolution. Otherwise, company needs to pass what? Otherwise, company needs to pass what? Otherwise, what is the requirement? Otherwise, the requirement is special resolution. But here it says that there is no problem. Even if the company passes ordinary resolution, there will be no problem. Then you have on the application by the registered provider. So again, same thing. So 3 months time period will be given. So the rectification in the name of the company after the name has been approved and the name has been changed, that will be done within 3 months. And for that, company just needs to pass the ordinary resolution. And if let's say the company defaults in complying with this, then in that case, the central government shall allot the new name. Are you understanding? If the company does not changes the name within 3 months, then the central government will allot the new name of the company and that new name will be automatically issued. So an issue of fresh certificate of incorporation with the new name simply. Guys, clear? Thereafter, if the company wants to change the name, the company can change, but this is the scenario. So this is basically after the name has been changed. After the name of the company is changed, CG finds it not apt. I have written here not apt, but you have to see the reason. Then in that case, what is going to happen? Within 3 months, it will direct the company to change the name. Okay. And if the name is not changed, and for this, you need to pass the ordinary resolution. And if not done, then CG suo moto change the name. Okay. This is there. So that's it. We are done with our first chapter. Our chapter number 1 is done. We still have few sections which are like not very relevant, so you can ignore those sections. We are done with our second chapter also. If you see this chapter number 2 of incorporation, this is completely done, right? We have covered everything. Please study. Tomorrow we don't have a lecture, right? I'm not available tomorrow, so tomorrow we don't have a lecture. So tomorrow You can utilize that time in going through all the documents, the files and all. पूरा लॉ करने में कितना टाइम लगेगा नेमन? समवेयर अराउंड 100 hours, 100 hours, जिसमें ऑलमोस्ट 60-65 hours कंपनी लॉ में लगेगा, एंड देन बैलेंस 40 hours कंपनी लॉ के अलावा अदर लॉज में। नहीं, उसको बस अभी के लिए छोड़ दो, चलेगा। उसको अभी के लिए आप छोड़ दो, अभी तक जितना मैंने करवाया वो। टुमारो विल, डे आफ्टर टुमारो विल स्टार्ट विथ प्रोस्पेक्टस एंड अलॉटमेंट ऑफ सिक्योरिटीज। ठीक है, ध्यान रखना, अभी पुराना बैकलॉग अगर आपने नहीं पढ़ा हुआ है तो इसको फिनिश कर देना, बिकॉज यहां से भागना शुरू करेगा। लाइक प्रोस्पेक्टस बहुत फटाफट जाएगा, एक बार शेयर कैपिटल डिवेंचर हो जाएगा, फिर ये भी फटाफट से खत्म होने वाले सेक्शन है। सो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, अगर पुराना आपने पढ़ के रखा है तो आगे वाले में आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगा। लेकिन अगर ऐसा होगा कि आप ये मैनेजमेंट एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वाले चैप्टर में आके अब डिसाइड करो सर अब पुराना पढ़ना शुरू करते हैं, तो वो बहुत ज्यादा टू मच हो जाएगा। ये लेट्स से कंप्लीटली पार्ट ए खत्म हो गया, फिर ये, हाँ आप रीड करो, ठीक है, आप रीड करो, स्लाइड्स को रीड करो, मॉड्यूल से गो थ्रू करो पूरे प्रोविजंस को, और चेक करो क्या सब चीजें याद है। फिर बाकी जब हम लोग पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चंस को प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, आरटीपी को प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो रहेगा ही। बट यस, फर्स्ट स्टेप आपका यही रहेगा कि रीड करो। फर्स्ट स्टेप वुड बी रीडिंग, बट रीडिंग शुड नॉट बी लाइक अ नॉवेल, इट शुड बी अ प्रॉपर इंटेलेक्चुअल रीडिंग, जहाँ पे आप उसको पढ़ रहे हो, समझ रहे हो, चीजों को याद रख रहे हो। आई वुड ऑल्सो अप्रिशिएट अगर आप अपना खुद शॉर्ट में अगर नोट्स बनाते हो तो भी वो बहुत अच्छा है, देर इज नो प्रॉब्लम इन दैट। अगर इस तरह से आप यहाँ पे जैसे शॉर्ट शॉर्ट नोट्स हम बनाते हैं, यहाँ पे जैसे मैंने स्लाइड्स में से शॉर्ट शॉर्ट नोट्स बनाए, इस टाइप का अगर अगर आप पढ़ते पढ़ते रिविजन में नोट्स बनाओ, सो आई वुड अप्रिशिएट दैट, वो आपको काफी अच्छे से याद रहेगा। ओके, सो दैट्स इट फॉर today's lecture then. See you guys day after tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.